All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to find slope at a given x value. We're going to have a function. We're going to have one x value, which means we don't have 2 points. In order to find the slope, we're going to have to take a derivative. In order to take a derivative, we got to identify 2 new points. So I'm going to take my original function and write a point, my input and my output. My output is always going to be the function that they gave me. Now my new input has to be a distance added to x, so we're going to just add h. If I change my inputs, my outputs will change as well. So change all the outputs from the function. So it becomes x plus h squared plus 2 times that x plus h. Now with that output, you need to multiply everything out. You're going to see as I multiply it all out, this is what you're going to end up getting. The reason we want to have 2 points is so when we go ahead and find our slope, we can actually calculate it. You need 2 points to find your slope. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and find the slope. I'm going to take my new output, which is that x squared all through it with those h's, and I'm going to subtract my original output. So I'm going to minus x squared and minus 2x as well. Then what I'm going to do is divide that all by the difference in my x's. So I'm going to take my x plus h and I'm going to subtract x. You're going to see that a lot of stuff is going to cancel out. The x's on the bottom cancel out, the x squared and the 2x's on the top cancel out. So you're left with 2xh plus h squared plus, it should be 2h, I'm going to change that, it should be 2h all over h. Now when you go ahead and simplify this, you're going to see that the h's are going to cancel out. We're going to be left with a 2x plus an h plus a 2. So right now this is what we have to take the limit of. So we're not done with this problem yet. We've just identified the slope. Now we need to take the limit of that slope. Because these 2 points, the distance between them has to approach 0. So that's where this is going to come into play. So we've got this limit. All right, we're going to take the limit as h approaches 0 of 2x plus h plus 2, not 1. I'm going to go ahead and change that. Now remember, when you go ahead and write all this stuff, your h value approaches 0, so what's going to be left over is that 2x plus 2. Now once you have your x value, you can go ahead and plug that in there. You can see that I'm writing this out. I put a plus 1. It's going to change. I'm going to do some erasing here. It should have been 2x plus 2. So your slope at that specific x value is negative 2. All right, so you need to take the 2 points, find the slope between these 2 new points, take the limit as h approaches 0 so you can eliminate that h value, and with the function that's left over, take the x value that they gave you and plug it in there. And whatever you evaluated, whatever is left over is going to be the slope that is the tangent line.